Skyrim is one of those games that just gives you so many different experiences all in one package. I'm Falcon, and today on gameranx, here's 7 sad Skyrim moments. Number 7, the story of the Frost Low Lighthouse. A Redguard couple, by the names of Hab and Ramonti, had a dream. They wanted to own the Frost Low Lighthouse, an abandoned lighthouse on the Sea of Ghosts. Now you have to remember that Skyrim is absolutely full of scary sounding places that aren't necessarily actually scary, so I sympathize with them. And ghosts definitely didn't turn out to be the problem. The Frost Low Lighthouse was briefly occupied by this family. Had and Ramonti had 2 grown children, Sudi and Mani, whom they asked to stay there for a little while. But tragedy struck this whole family. When you enter the lighthouse, you see a dead woman, Ramonti. She has the journal of her husband Hab, which elaborated on their dreams to own the lighthouse. They'd been hearing sounds, which turned out to be Cheroos that had dug into their cellar from the area below called the Frost Flow Abyss. They'd killed Ramonti, they'd taken Hab and eaten him, and Sudi and Mani met similar fates. It's not a pleasant sight. The family died in slaughter from vicious beasts, all while simply trying to carry out a dream. Number 6, in the Altland glacial ruins, there's a Khajiit by the name of Jadar. Jadar is a skooma addict, which is a potion that is produced from moon sugar. It's a narcotic, and it's highly addictive. His brother Jazar brought him on an expedition to try to bring him down slowly. He had brought in a supply of skooma with the intent of weaning him off of it. They believed he was hallucinating creatures and may have actually been harming members of the expedition. However, it turned out to be Falmer. The Falmer had taken people, had killed the party, and the only 2 to have survived it were Jadar and Jazar. That doesn't mean they were both alive, though. Jadar can be found yelling at Jazar for keeping the skooma to himself.
Got to be more skooma. Shut up! Shut up! Don't lie to me, Jazar. You're kidding.
However, Jazar is no longer living. It's unclear whether he died from wounds from the Falmer attacks or if his brother hacked him to death to get the skooma. Number 5, in the town of Winterhold, a merchant and her brother have an argument in the street. He's basically fallen into a deep state of depression and has been drinking himself into a stupor. The brother, by the name of Ranmir, used to be happy and outgoing because he was in love. But one day she just disappeared, and since then, he'd never been the same. She was convinced that she left him for a thief named Vex. So when you investigate, you find out from Vex that all she did was actually just point his long-lost love in the direction of some valuables.
She came through a while ago. Wanted to know where she could get her hands on something valuable. Anything, really. I told her it was a bad idea, that she wasn't cut out for what'd be necessary, but she wouldn't hear it. So I gave her some advice, pointed her towards Hobbs Fall Cave, and that was that.
She went to Hobbs Fall Cave to seek out treasure, but never made it very far due to the warlocks in the area. She died, and on her body there's a letter that reads as such. I know it's been hard on you, on both of us, struggling to survive. I hate to see the look in your eyes every time you think about how little the 2 of us have, and I know you're too proud to ever say anything, so I'm going to make it all better. When you go back to bring him the note, he blames himself for her death. Number 4, Miko. When you go to Miko's shack the first time, you read the journal of his dead master. You can make Miko a companion, but if you dismissed him, he would head straight back to his dead owner, which the loyalty of a dog is obviously wonderful, but is sad at the same time. When Hearthfire came out, you were finally able to make Miko a pet and give him a home, but you still know how much he misses his master. He's a dog. That's what they do. Number 3, in Iverstead, you'll find a man named Narfi, living in his parents' broken down house. He's in distress, distraught, sad, and very shaken at the disappearance of his sister Rada.
Rada was here, then gone. Went to gather plants and never came home. Nope.
He'll tell you that Willem, the town's innkeeper, said to him that Ryder would come back. Narfi needs to have some sort of closure about the issue, and feels as though he needs to be able to say goodbye. When you speak to Willem at the inn, he tells you he did say that he thinks she'll return one day, but it was maybe for the benefit of Narfi more than realistic. He thinks that she was maybe killed while out scavenging ingredients by the river. He points you in the general direction of where he thinks it is, and you can go have a look, and well, While you don't find Rida, you find her remains. When you bring the necklace back to Narfi, you can tell her that she will come back someday, or you can tell him the truth. Either way, he pretty much stays the same. So it's really up to you. False hope or confirmation. Clearly, he doesn't get better, and you know the truth. Number 2, after the Dark Brotherhood receives an elaborate contract to kill the Emperor, a contract meant to be the greatest one in centuries for the Dark Brotherhood, a really good get, so to speak. It turns out to be a setup for a faction led by Commander Morrow to destroy the Dark Brotherhood. Now, by this point, you will have known many of the people here. People like Vizara are killed as they attempt to defend an age-old order. As it turns out, this was a result of a betrayal by Astrid, who had actually allowed Morrow to target the Dragonborn in return for sparing the Dark Brotherhood. It didn't go entirely to plan, and her actions could have ended it. She's also badly burned. She commits the Black Sacrament on herself, which, if you're unaware, is essentially the equivalent of taking a hit out on herself, except for a lot more mystical and Dark Brotherhoody, and commends the Dragonborn to rebuild the Dark Brotherhood. And finally, number 1, a wedding that was meant to heal the country between Vittoria Vici and Osgier, obviously meant to be a happy occasion, not just between two people, but between two countries, two factions, two warring places with very differing views. But it's also the start of a massive plot to assassinate the Emperor, and such a happy day for so many has to be cut short. You can kill Vittoria Vici in many different ways, but no matter how you do it, collectively, basically everyone's heart sinks. Because it's not just a person, hope dies. What are some sad moments you remember in Skyrim? Let's meet in the comments and talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, and if you're not subscribed, now is a great time to do so. There's new videos daily, and we thank you very much for watching this one. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.